Okay, here we go. I'm just pulling a medium-sized beaver up out of the ice. And you can see all the various chunks of ice and sticks and whatnot we got to clear up. But anyway, here's a trap that worked. Okay, this one's for our friend Canadian Mike, the inventor of the Scout knife. So I'm just going to do a couple of video clips skinning out this beaver. And so you need a knife with a fairly sharp tip to it, because your first cut is just basically scoring the hide right up to the chin. And then this area here is a very easy area to skin. There's a big layer of fat between the skin and the carcass, and so it goes pretty quick. Cut the hind legs off, go out around them, pull these legs through. The reason I'm telling you all this is sort of the preliminary to when you get around to the back side of the beaver to what they call the saddle, which is essentially the back area has no layer of fat. It's just the meat really toughly attached to the hide, and that's where all the difficulty is in clean skinning a beaver, is getting a super sharp knife with a nice curve to it, just the right sort of a curve to it, and slicing between the hide without damaging it and this saddle, this layer of meat. So I'm just doing the prep work here so that I can pull out the Scout knife and show you that in a few minutes. Okay, so we've moved farther along. I've got the legs all popped through, and as you can see, we're into this difficult area here. And here's the Scout knife doing what it does best. As you can see, I guess most of the blade is curved, and that must be its secret, because I'm making better time. I know it looks tedious, but I am making better time with this knife than my other two. And so on and so forth, until you switch sides and go at the other side until you meet, and then the hide comes off this way, and then it's tacking and scraping time, and I'll take some photos or do some video at that point. But I wanted to show you, Mike, how awesome this knife really is. And there we go. Going with great speed. Now if I were to do it with a pointier knife, you can see I haven't got the same amount of a swipe at it. You're going to have to patent this one. Yeah, so job finished. Got to say, this little Scout knife really held its edge. I got one of these ceramic rod things where, well, they give you templates to drill at the right angle. You end up kind of freehanding it anyway, so they're at a somewhat correct angle. I never had to even touch up the Scout knife on these. Still as sharp as can be. This knife, it did need a hit or two. And for these Moras with the Scandi grind, I don't think I'm going to even try it on this. I think they're more suited to just put them on a stone once in a while. But if anybody has any thoughts on that, well, I asked this on a thread on the forum earlier, and the answers were kind of as I thought. People were saying you might put a secondary bevel on this, and then you'd have to essentially grind it off again. So this is probably not the right sharpener for these Moras. Anyhow, I'll stand this beaver up in the corner and take a picture of it and let you all see the final result. So it's a chilly morning today, minus 25, 6 o'clock this morning. I wanted to show you guys my little invention. Now I call it the Snaps thermometer, and here it is right here. So if I come out to the wood pile and pick this up and it's not liquid, well, that tells me that it's time to go back in, make another pot of coffee, and hang out in the skinning shack all day. So after 2 or 3 major snowstorms, the critters are back out of their dens. There's game trails all over the place now. So up ahead I set a beaver carcass out. See, some sort of a skirmish went on in there. I set a beaver carcass out, and it was right about there, I think. And half a dozen coyotes showed up and took care of it very quickly.